My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on Applied Data Science with Python. This is lecture number 494. In this lecture, we will try to understand density edge, density connected points. There are two more important terms and ideas that we need to be aware before we go and learn the DB scan algorithm. The first idea is called density edge. The second idea is called density connected points. This is our first idea. This is our second idea. First, let's look at the idea of density edge. So what is the density edge? An edge is nothing but a connection, isn't it? Edge means what? It is connection. The term edge comes from graph theory. Remember, whenever we represent things as a graph, we call each of them as a vertex. This is a vertex, this is a vertex, isn't it? If you have two vertices, then we connect with them an edge or a connection. This connection is known as edge. This is vertex and this one is vertex, isn't it? So density edge is if P and Q, let me say, so density edge is if P and Q are two core points and if distance between P and Q is less than or equal to epsilon, then what we do is we take P as a vertex and Q as a vertex. What is my P? Here P as a vertex, Q as a vertex, isn't it? Vertex in a graph. We connect them with an edge, isn't it? This edge is referred to density edge. Remember, there are two conditions for edge to named as density edge. First is both points P and Q have to be core points, which is very, very important. The distance between both of them, distance between P comma Q, this distance, which distance? This distance. This distance is less than or equal to epsilon. That point is important. The distance is less than or equal to epsilon. That's what a density edge means. The second concept is density connected points, isn't it? What is second concept? The second concept is density connected points. Two points P and Q. First of all, this P and Q are core points. P and Q are core points. P and Q are said to be density connected points if there exist other points P1, P2, P3. Just see, there exist other points P1, P2, P3, isn't it? Such that there is a density edge between P and P1. There is a density edge between P and P1. There is a density edge between P1 and P2. There is a density edge between P3 and P2. Isn't it? A density edge between P3 and Q. Yes, for a density edge to be present between P and Q, P1 has to be core point, P1 has to be core point, P2 has to be core point, and P3 has to be core point. If there exists a path between P and Q, all these edges, this edge, all these edges present in between P and Q must be density edges. What are the edges? Q, P3 must be a density edge, P3, P2 density edge, P2, P1, P1, P. Isn't it? 2 points P and Q are said to be density connected points if there exists a path formed by density edges connecting P to Q. Very similar idea. To put it more simply, so if you can hop from one core point to other point which is within epsilon radius, this distance must be within epsilon distance, and and reach point Q from point P, then P and if you reach point P to point Q, if you can hop from one core point to other point which is within epsilon distance and reach point Q from point P, then P and Q are said to be density connected points. We learned min points, we learned epsilon, the three types of points: core point, border point, and noise point. Then we learned what is density edge, what is density connected points. These are the 7 core ideas that we have to, these 7 core ideas. What are those 7 core ideas? Min points, epsilon, core point, border point, noise point, density edge, density connected points. These are the 7 core ideas. These seven what is this? These are the 7 core ideas that we have to understand right now. Using these 7 ideas, we will go and understand how DB-scan algorithm works. Of course, min points and epsilon are hyperparameters of DB-scan. Thank you very much.